Hey y'all, Tracy Davis from Davis Homestead. I'm just gonna do a quick video. Y'all know we moved out here. We feel this is the way God, flies, intends us to live. You know, off grid, less headache, away from all the hubbub, naturally, like the pioneers did. Yeah, man invented all the technology and stuff, and in relation to that, they have more problems and more worries than ever. Yeah, being out here almost 2 years. Less stress, almost none whatsoever, unless, yeah, the pioneers had to worry about what I worry about, which is my stress. Okay, I got enough feed for the animals, the crops are growing okay, are the horses putting on weight, are the goats putting on weight, do I have kidding coming soon, they worried about their food, their animals, their plowing for next year. They worried about their seasons. They had real life worries, not, oh my gosh, is my data running out? Or, oh my gosh, did you hear what happened to my TV show? I haven't seen TV in 2 years, so I can laugh at that crap now. But back in the day, yeah, I used to be like that. No, definitely not here. But this is just a quick video. Like I said, we're out here. We're trying to live off the land, off our animals. We are off the grid. We have no electricity, no running water. And in Carolina, I bought 6 items from the grocery store. Trying to get that way here. I grew everything else, slaughtered the animals ourselves. That type of deal. I don't buy anything in box mixes. Yes, my husband buys his Kraft macaroni and cheese boxes when he wants something quick, but I make homemade too, so. And what the video is today is getting rid of all the nasty preservatives that they add, the dyes, the GMO and crap, living simple like they did back in the day. They stocked up on basic items, your baking soda, your baking powder, your salt, sugar, all that type of deal. That was your normal stuff they stocked up on. They're staples, which is kind of like us when you first buy a house. Or you get your first apartment, you get your staple items, your kitchen staple items, salt, pepper, flour, sugar, that type of deal. Oh yeah, and they had coffee too, so yeah, I got plenty of coffee. But anyway, so I save all my glass jars. I have my friends save all their glass jars. And I think this one used to be a pickle jar when I bought pickles way back when. And what I do is I save them, wash them out, and I put my own products in them. Yeah, I know, it's going to be, it's reading backwards, mirror image. Like this is, I make my own, I don't buy Nesquik, I don't buy box instant crap like that. So this is a homemade version of Nesquik. And basically, I got down to like half a can here. And you can use this hot, you can use it with milk, you can use it with water, you can use it for hot cocoa, you can use it for chocolate milk, whatever. So when it gets down to, like it is here, like a half a jar, I like panic, because yeah, I drink a lot of cocoa in the winter, along with my coffee. I drink a lot of hot teas anyway, because I always have. So, and this is simple. It's basically homemade Nesquik. And basically, you just get you an empty jar, rinse it, clean it out. Ooh, it smells good too. Smooth. Remember the old Nesquik ones? You had to pry open the metal can, the lid. That's what it smells like. Anyway, sorry. I digress. Anyway, so this is basically, you get 2/3 a cup of sugar. I usually don't measure, but I'm trying to be good today. There's my 1/3 of a cup. Okay. So basically you just get 2/3 of a cup of sugar. And I'm doing it in a box. Even though I'm outside, I really don't feel like making a huge mess. It will draw ants. Although cinnamon is awesome to keep ants away. Okay, so 2/3 a cup of sugar. I just lost something. I don't know what it was. Okay. 2/3 of a cup of sugar. 1/3 a cup of cocoa, and I just buy regular baking cocoa. It's unsweetened, it's regular cocoa powder. You can buy Nestle, you can buy, it doesn't matter what brand. I'm cheap, I go with everything off brand. And this is a new container. I'm surprised I didn't spray it all in my face. Oh, for crying out loud. Okay, so 2/3 a cup of sugar, 1/3 a cup of cocoa, and it's windy today. And I'm doing this outside because inside is too hot. You know, we have no AC, no electricity, nothing like that. Okay. And a pinch of sugar. Now, I usually don't use this type of sugar. Yes, I'm an ED trauma nurse. 21 years going on now. I've been in the health industry. If not longer. I started in 97, if that tells you anything. But your body does, here's the ED trauma deal, need some iodized every once in a while. You can get it from other sources, but... and this, I'm just doing a pinch of salt. And the reason you add a pinch of salt is because it brings out the sweeter flavor this phone, in the sugar. So, 2/3 a cup of sugar, 1/3 a cup of cocoa, and a pinch of salt. Just put it in a jar, shake it up real good. There you have it. Ta-da! 2/3 a cup of sugar, 1/3 a cup of cocoa, and a pinch of salt. And that is homemade Nesquik. Now my jar is full. And again, you'd use the same amount, 2 tablespoons for glass or for a cupful. My husband likes stuff really sweet, and I like chocolate, so I'll put in 3 tablespoons. But 2 tablespoons per glass, just like any regular chocolate drink mix, Nesquik, whatever. So, that is the homemade Nesquik. I'm going to set that over there. This, oh, and you're going to use that in your cup of milk. This is homemade Nestle's hot cocoa. And yes, you can recognize the Maggie seasoning, Doña Maria, seasoning. I saved this jar from a couple years ago. And this is going to be hot cocoa. And what this is, almost the same thing, minus the salt. You're going to use a tablespoon of cocoa, and like I said, I hardly measure. I don't even know where my measuring things are, so I guesstimate. A tablespoon of cocoa and 2 tablespoons of sugar. Excuse me, this guy. You're going to put it in your jar, shake it up. Ta-da. And of course, I do that until my jar is full. Now with this, where it's hot cocoa, you're going to add you're going to add 2 tablespoons of water, a cup of milk, and just a dash of instant vanilla extract, the flavoring. That gives it the hot cocoa flavor. So, a tablespoon of cocoa and 2 tablespoons of sugar in this jar. Mix it up real good. And you can add a pinch of salt. I can't even think. Good Lord, have mercy. Okay, and that is your, there we go. Tablespoon of cocoa, 2 tablespoons of sugar. You're going to add your 2 tablespoons of I can't even read backwards. Water, a cup of milk, and then dash of vanilla. Ta-da! You're going to heat it to boiling. And you've got your hot cocoa. There. Ta-da. Now, let me get all that crap out of the way. The next one. Ta-da-da. I'm running low on. Excuse me. I don't have... That's my big jar. I have little ones too. And what this is... I'll keep it here so you can see. It's homemade pancake mix. Like I said, I don't buy box mixes. They didn't have them back in the pioneer days. So, in your homemade pancake mix, like I said, I just got a mason jar with the instructions on it. Yeah, I might need a new label, but... In this big jar is 4 cups of flour, 1/8 a cup of sugar, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 1/2 tablespoon of baking soda, and 1/2 teaspoon salt. That's all what's in this big jar and in the little jar. That's all this stuff. Excuse me. Allergies. You're going to add 1.5 cups of your mix, so your dry mix that you make. Pour it out of your jug. Put it in a bowl. 1.5 cups of this. All you're going to add is a cup of milk and 1 egg. Ta-da! That's all you got to do. So, put all your dry ingredients in your jar. Save them. You've got it whenever you want pancakes. Whenever your kids want pancakes. If you want chocolate chip pancakes or blueberry, all you got to do is add the blueberries or the chocolate chips. No big deal. If you want chocolate pancakes, you add some cocoa powder. No big deal. You always have... I do the same thing with cake mixes and stuff like that. I'll do a different video on later once I drag out all the ingredients of cake mixes and stuff. I did not drag out the ingredients for this. But, like I said, you add 1.5 cups of your dry ingredients, a cup of milk, and an egg. And you got your pancakes. In this jar, like I said, 4 cups of flour, 1/8 a cup of sugar, a tablespoon of baking powder, 1/2 tablespoon of baking soda, and 1/2 teaspoon salt. So, there you have it. I mix it in the big jar, put a bunch in this jar, which took some out. Anyway, I have jars and jars of all this stuff saved. And, let's see. Excuse me. So, 1.5 cups, if you use a cup and a half to the cup of milk and an egg, that makes 6 to 7 pancakes. So, there you go. You've got this big thing here. I took the label off one years ago just so I can have a measurement. So there you go. You have your homemade pancake mix. You always have, as long as you have that in your pantry. And like I said, the very few ingredients make the same stuff you can buy for like $4, $5 at the store for pennies, or you already have it in your pantry, you know. So you've got your pancake mix, your hot cocoa, and your Nesquik. Now I'm happy because it's full. But the hot cocoa one I'm going to go ahead and fill. Because like I said, winter's coming, cold weather. Although we only have it for, what, 2 weeks here in Texas? But anyway. Ooh, I just lost you. That is today's short video. Like I said, I'll do a different video on homemade cake mixes, brownie mixes, and cookie mixes later on. And I think I'll do another one later on. I'll do, as I make my herbal tinctures and shampoos and stuff like that and deodorants, I'll do some videos then also. Okay? So y'all have a blessed day, and I will see you later.